No, he'll Photoshop that up.
All right, we're rolling.
Well, welcome to the Mahre Training Center. It's the first day of the week. Here we are Monday. Great blue skies. You know, I know we're supposed to have this kind of weather for about the first 3 days. Maybe a little snow coming Thursday or Friday. So we're looking forward to a great week with you.
Steve, this doesn't look like blue sky. It doesn't look like the first day of the camp.
Hey, don't worry, Phil. He'll Photoshop that out.
Okay.
Well, here we are. You know that today's the Widowmaker comes back into play, Phil. You know, we were looking at changing venues this year, and well, I guess we had a few complaints about not running the Widowmaker.
Yeah, you know, the World Championships, the Mahre Training Centers, we get a lot of input from future campers, or actually past campers, and they heard we were going to change venues this year. They got very, very upset, and really almost protested the camp, Steve. We had to go back to the Widowmaker.
Yeah, it looks good. You saw some guys there coming into the shot there, just getting some warm-up runs on the course. I'm sure that we'll probably have to make some adjustments for things as the day goes, but it looks like we're going to have a great race.
Well, so far everybody's looking pretty confident. You know, we had some good skiing, I think, earlier in the week. They, you know, did a lot of training, a lot of work on their technique and stuff. But this thing, it'll bring out the best in everybody today.
Yes, you should possibly see some fear in some faces and some smiles on others.
Oh, that's for sure. You got to enjoy this. Woody on the green and John Duffy on the gold. And, you know, John likes that gold course. He just loves that color, Steve.
I tell you, he does. And he's rolling the ski over, so I saw a little gold on his ski base there, but Duffy has a heck of a run going on green.
Duffy's on gold,
Oh,
Steve.
he was. You know what? You're right.
And now on course we have Bill on the green and Cesar on the gold. And coming from Brazil, Steve, to take on the Widowmaker.
Yes, and you know, it's kind of crazy because he got new boots right before this event, and that sometimes is a mistake. But
Well,
great skiing by both people.
Yeah, you know, everybody talks setup, and you know, Cesar is still working on his setup.
Great skiing, great skiing.
That's a great job by Carl, just fixing that banner there, you know. Here's a guy that just shuns the Widowmaker. He doesn't really like gates and stuff, but he loves to prepare them.
My guess is he will not be running today. He'll just be preparing and cheering on the other campers. He does not want to show any of his secrets that he learned this week and his unbelievable prowess in skiing. So he just won't show anybody. He just says, you know what, I would win anyway, and I'm just going to stay on the sidelines.
House.
Boy, Steve, I just don't see much activity on the Widowmaker today. I don't know what the deal is.
I know, everybody was so jazzed about the race during the week, Phil, and I think if we would have set the race course in a powder field, we might have had a full race. But it looked like they just bailed on us.
Yeah, you know, you have 3 days of sunshine and 1 day of powder, and it looks like sunshine just got overtaken by powder, and nobody wants to be out here on the groomers anymore.
Not happy with that, believe me, not happy at all.
They're getting ready now. And now on course we have Catherine and Guy, and this is a husband and wife duo that somebody's going to be in the doghouse tonight, Steve.
But you know, the one thing I found out is that they would not let their son Lucas race because they didn't want to lose to him, Phil.
This is just great skiing, and Catherine said he was going down today, but looks like Guy's got it right now.
Yeah, he went down, in other words, he got there first.
And now on the green course we have Roger, and on the gold we have Jim. And you know, Jim being an architect, I think he's just going to be very, very, what do you say, calculating about this run, Steve?
Yes, I think he has every angle where he has to be exactly to make the proper turn. And he's letting it run doing it, Phil.
And look at Roger. He's just rolling that ski edge to edge. Nice, clean skiing. Taking it to the finish. Close race.
I think these two just said, let's just go down equal.
Yeah, both dressed in blue. And now on the green course, we have that numbers guy, Larry. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you got his coach on the other side, Rob. And I think he gave Larry a little head start there.
Yes, he did. I'm trying to reel him in, but I don't think Larry's going to have anything to do with it, worry about it. He's just going to concentrate on his numbers, like you said, Phil, and finish strong. Rob having a great run.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing like a CPA on snow. They just have such rhythm. And now on the green course we have Dr. Phil, and on the gold Tanya. And I'm sure Tanya's getting some advice as she comes down this course, Steve.
Well, you know, her Jono, she came down with Jono. He got injured the other day, and she's carrying the colors for that all the way up from Australia, making some great turns.
This is
the Phil of having a little bit of slipping angle there, but picking up again.
Yeah, and I tell you, this is the best skiing I've seen from Tanya over the years. She's starting to really get away from the fear factor and just letting it go down the hill.
Well, she's starting to, you know, evidently understand the Widowmaker. It really isn't a Widowmaker. Of course, we'll have Robert on green and Paul on yellow. And Paul coming all the way from England, Steve, to take on the Widowmaker. And as they come onto the style on here, you just have to be impressed with the style and the grace which was they ski. Yes, you do. You know, Paul, unfortunately, is Lapland. He's kind of transplanted into Southern California. He's, I think, a lot more in the surfing there. But having a great run with these two, enjoying it, having a great finish, and oh boy. I don't know if, you know, they'll go up and switch courses and see what happens there, Phil.
That's great skiing. On the green course, we have Ben, and his coach will be on the gold, and that's Don Hill, sometimes known as Downhill, but it's a good skiing here, Steve.
Well, you know, Don, he's got 2 knees and an artificial hip, darn near a bionic man, and then you got Ben here. He's waiting for that to happen to him so he can look like Don, but until then, he's just dealing with what he's got, and he's having a good time doing it.
Oh, he came onto the pitch down here carrying all that speed to the finish, and it's almost, I don't know if he's going to grab a tuck or not here for more speed. No, he says, I can just stay upright and not worry about tucking. Have Mitch, and on the gold will be Olga. But I tell you, Mitch is, you know, he's like a 9-year veteran of the Widowmaker, Steve, and he's come back numerous times to just give give it a test, and this is looking good for Mitch.
Yes, you know, he's got the draglock hat on. The things are supposed to be flapping in the breeze, but as you can see, he's going so slow that they're really not flapping, they're hanging straight down.
Yes.
Olga, on the other hand, whoa, a little sideways there, but she is going to take it strong to the finish. She's going to be happy with that run.
Yeah, and Mitch, I don't know, maybe either it was just a lack of speed, or maybe those things are just frozen so they're hanging straight down.
That could be.
Coming out of the start, we have Andy on the green course and Justin on the gold course, and this should be a close race, Steve. These guys, you know, they're not going to take one another for granted. They're going to lay it all on the line.
Yep, 2 distinct different styles here. One a little more down, rolling more angle, the other a little more upright. Once in a while losing that tip because they're getting on the tail, but I tell you, this is going to be a strong run for both the competitors.
There's Andy. He got some new boots this week, and maybe that's a little bit of setup. He's just not really comfortable yet.
Well, I know he's complained about it in the last couple mornings.
And now on course we have Cesra on the green and Guillermo on the gold, and you know, Cesra, he took it a little easy last run. He's laying it on the line this time.
Definitely making a little more carved turn. You know, the sad thing, he's tried a lot of skis this week, Phil. That might have confused him for today.
This is good skiing, though. This is outstanding. This is going to be a much better run for Cesra.
Yep, I tell you, the boots are starting to come in for him, I think.
Now on the green course we have John Duffy, and on the gold we have Bill. And this should be a good race, Steve. You know, John, he loves to win, and Bill's going to lay it to him here if he's not careful.
There's 2 distinct different styles. Well, oh, I tell you, that was a shoulder bender for Bill there, but you know, he grunted it out. He's going to get a good strong finish too.
This is good skiing by both of them, just taking it to the finish.
Well, as you can see, I mean, the panels were flying everywhere.
Gold, Steve. Look at the guy beside him. He's kicking his butt.
Oh yeah, I mean, Woody can't even see him. He's so far ahead of him. But, you know, he'll still try to make a good fast run. You know, he's working on his technique of trying to get the foot out, and it was working until there.
There's a little bit of trick gait there. Got a little zing.
That was damn near a white bass turn.
Yeah. Of course, we got Catherine on the green and Guy on the green, gold. This kind of looks like Halloween here.
This is a nice skiing with a good round line, having fun with it.
Whoa, he lost the pole.
That could cost him. You know, one day he will learn to use his straps as opposed to just letting them hang on his hands.
I'll go get that for you.
She's like, now of course we have Jim on the green and Roger on the gold. And
Once again, two guys in blue coats having at it.
And it was an even race last time, but this time Jim says, I'm going to turn the volume up and lay one down. And it's happening.
He is. He's taking it down the hill, a little bit on the heel, letting the skis run away from him. But
oh, here comes that yellow. It says, I'm not going to let you get away that easily. We're going to make it tight.
Close race. It looks like gold, Steve. By a whisker.
Oh, you're right.
Rob on the green, and on the gold it'll be Larry. He is CPA.
Yeah, and a lot of people think CPA is a number cruncher, don't they, Phil?
Yeah, they do, but it's really controlled parallel ascent is what those letters stand for, and he's making just great work of that.
He is doing just that. Rob, on the other hand, is uncontrolled parallel ascent, but they're both getting to the bottom.
Very nice skiing, but Larry, you know, he's just working on it year in, year out. The green is Tanya, and on the gold will be Dr. Phil. And it looked like he was giving her some advice before they left the start there, Steve.
Well, a lot of times they do this, you know, but then they go ahead and beat them and don't show them the true way, really. And you got to stay with them. Oh, we missed that.
Oh, what a lovely competitor here to stop and check out the competition.
I don't know if I've seen that before, where you stop and wait for your competitor or compatriot to get up and continue on. Maybe I should go out there and help them too, Phil.
Well, they might be DQ'd if you do help them, Steve, so this might not be something you want to do, but...
you okay there, Doc?
Yeah, but my knee might not be
uh-oh.
so hot tomorrow.
Well, that's not good. Tanya, you're such a sport there to stop and wait for Dr. Phil.
Yes, I am.
Yep. So you'll probably give him some pointers when you get to the bottom, huh?
I will do that.
Okay, that'll be good. Be nice of you.
Both skis on one side of the gate.
Very, very good advice. Very sound advice. Oh, it's just heartwarming to see the compassion one competitor has for the other here on the Widowmaker. But it's not that much compassion. There's no way she's gonna let him beat her. Now off she goes, and she'll collect her thoughts down there and help Dr. Phil probably console him when he gets to the bottom. Usually it's the doctor doing the consoling, but I think it's going to be the patient this time that's consoling the doctor. Oh, that's a tough break. Your heart goes out for him.
I'm just standing watching, waiting.
Now on the green we have Paul, and on the gold it's Robert. And Robert's got that bright helmet on. It's almost a distraction, Steve.
It really is. It's like sunshine on your head. But I tell you, he's using that to his advantage, because Paul is not seeing this course like he wants to because it's so bright over there on the right.
I tell you what, though, I think Paul had clear goggle lenses on. I could see his eyes. Great anticipation, looking down the hill, checking out the course, making sure the ruts weren't too big.
I heard a holler of glee there too at the finish.
It'll be Coach Don Hill, and on the gold it'll be Ben. And Ben said, "Go ahead, Don. I'll chase you down from here."
Yeah, but you know, this is just going to be perpetual motion, just never ending as they come down here, Phil. And that's what you really need in your skiing. Just moving from side to side, up and down, left and right, forwards and backwards. Ben is doing all of those as he goes here.
As Ben goes flashing by those gold gates, that red coat of his almost turns to orange.
It does, Phil. It's super skiing. He's going to be happy with that run.
And now on the green course, it's Olga, and on the gold, it's Mitch. And you know, when I think of Olga, I think of a perfect 10, Steve. That name just brings a perfect 10 to mind, and she is just laying on the line here.
Well, definitely, she has transitioned nicely from gymnastics into skiing, and it's coming back to her very quickly. Mitch, I think he took that into heart. He was laughing up top there about that, but then all of a sudden he realized, I can let more go, and those drags are flapping this time, Phil.
Well, one of them's flapping for sure.
Well, that's more than none.
Course, we got Farron on the green course and Terry, a coach, on the yellow. And Terry's just saying, just follow me down the hill here. Let's have some fun. And Farron's arcing some nice turns here.
She is. She's taking a little bit wider line than she needs to, but for the first time in the gates, this is awesome skiing.
You know, she has twin sisters that are ski racers, got into ski racing, and she says, you know what, I'm going to do something else. But maybe this might change her mind.
Yeah, I tell you, she's enjoying it, looks like.
And the news on the yellow, and they're just going to say, we're going to take some time here and have some fun on this hill and come back around and do it again, I bet.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed with Terry's group. You know, they didn't come right out and inspect the course this morning. They just went out and free skied, did a lot of warming up, and now you can see it's not paying off in places on the course. Got a little direct. I knew he was having a good run. You know, he's enjoying it. Definitely spying that gold course, Phil.
Yes, this is just good, smooth skiing by both skiers. A little bit straight for Scott in places, but oh, and he's wrapped up in the fence down there. Once again, there's that ski through opening, please, and he missed the opening completely.
Can't tell what colors from here so well.
And now on the green course, it's Gregory, and on the yellow, it's Paulo from Brazil. And you know, his son said, Dad, you got to come up and ski the Widowmaker. You're going to love it. And he has had his smile on his week all week, a smile on his face, I should say.
Yes, like you said, you know, he was a transplant from Italy basically to Brazil, and he's having to change his skiing completely from what the Italians taught him. But he's liking the new technique. Greg, on the other hand, starting with the standard technique, and it's working well for him today.
Oh yeah, he takes it through the finish. Hopefully they can view that opening and ski through it, please. No, he's wrapped up in the gill netting as well. Imagine that. Of course, we'll have Justin, and on the gold we'll have Andy. And Andy, he's complaining about his boots in the morning at breakfast, Steve, but they look like they're working for him now. And Justin, he's just arcing them turn to turn. Could maybe use a little more angulation at the bottom of the turn, but he's letting it go.
Well, he's going a little more direct than he needs to. It's hard to get those angles with that happening. Andy on the other side is trying to get out there. Got on a late line there to the bottom. That's going to cost him. He's not going to be happy, Phil. You okay?
Coach, I'm sure.
Guillermo
letting her rip down the green course. He took one on the gold course earlier.
Quit knocking our flags off.